What's going on, guys? So, don't get used to this car being my office. You all know that I bought a house a while ago, which I'll talk to you more about later, but my office will be there, so I'll be shooting a lot of videos from there, or my living room. Either way, it won't be in my car. So this is an update video number 3. I hope you guys have all subscribed. Keep watching. I got a lot more stuff coming out, but I want to keep you up to date on what is going on. As you can see, my face is a little bit more full than the last time you saw me, just a couple days ago. Today's video that I'm supposed to be dropping on YouTube was supposed to be my arm workout from yesterday that I didn't film. Would have been 5 days out from my next show, and that's when I was going to tell you what my plan was. It's not that I was trying to keep it like a secret or anything. It's just that like I want to use this YouTube platform to kind of like put my news out there. So I was looking forward to that, dropping an arm workout, letting you guys know what my plan was. And a lot of you guys know now because the athlete list came out today. So it's no surprise to a lot of you guys that I am on the list to do the Chicago Pro. My news is, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it. My season is over. It's been a tough pill to swallow. You know how it is as a bodybuilder, dieting for so long, we're emotional. And it was a really, really emotional thing for me to have to admit that. But, so yeah, so the first 2 videos you saw, that was of me prepping for Chicago. I felt great physically and mentally, but I also felt horrible at the same time. But that's typical of a prep. It's been a long prep. I've been prepping for 7 months straight. But last week, I pinched a nerve in my lower back. So just moving, honestly, is really tough. I get like a sharp pain down my spine. I've had it happen to me before. I know what it's like. I know how long it takes for me to recover. So for me to be a week, literally a week out from Chicago, it couldn't have been any worse timing. Had it even been a week before, it would have given me some time. But to go into my peak week, my last week in a few days, to try to peak for a show and be my best, and not just any show. You guys saw the lineup, and I knew it was going to be a good lineup. It's going to be a great lineup. It's going to be a dope show. It sucks that I can't be there. I had every intention to go there and win. A top 3 finish, maybe even a top 4 finish, would have qualified me for the Olympia, which is heartbreaking to admit that this year I'm not going to be at the Olympia, and it sucks. That was the hardest thing to swallow, man. Like, so what happened was last week, it was actually Friday night. I had trained hard. I put a story up. I trained back that morning. I had a great back workout. I did heavy deadlifts, heavy T-bar rows, just a great workout. And I had to go back at night to do cardio. And I was like, I kind of want to do some squats. Natalia was training legs. Like, I'm going to do a few sets of squats just because I'm kind of in the mood. I've been doing a lot of squats lately. They felt good. My squats going up. But I had done them 2 days prior, which I didn't need to do them. But like I said, I was in the mood. I won't train legs within a week of being out from a show. So I knew I wasn't going to train legs again. So I was like, I'm going to hit some squats. So I went in. I was only doing 225, just real slow, low reps. And then I felt it in my lower back. And as soon as it happened, I was like, it's happened before. Like I said, it happened to me 2 years ago. Thank God, though, it was like in the middle of a prep, so it wasn't a big deal. But it was, my heart just shattered right there, you know? It's like, I tried to toughen it out. I stopped working out because I didn't need to work out. I went and tried to do my cardio. I did my cardio, I got 45 minutes in, and I struggled. I woke up in the morning, I could barely move. I got up, I went and did my cardio. I got a fasting workout and I hit shoulders. And I literally trained just like really light. Everything was seated. And I just like didn't move. Like literally everything was just like really slow. It just wasn't. I did the best that I could. Like I said, then I did cardio. It killed me. And then I sent Omar my check-in. I told him how to my back. And then hit him up a few hours later. I'm like, oh, are we good, bro? Like, last week, like, are we gonna be able to bring our best with this injury if I can't do anything this week? And he said no. You know, that's what I love about Omar. He's straight up, he's honest. He said no, it's a big problem. And I was just like, I knew it the night before, I just didn't want to admit it to myself. I kind of needed to hear it from Omar, just because I'm so stubborn. I would have pushed through it, but it wouldn't have done me any good, because I wouldn't have been able to bring a physique that I needed to bring at that level of show. And I know if I'm on at that show, I can win that show. Not to say that I'm gonna go win that show. There's a lot of great guys. It's subjective sport, but I know that I could have been good enough to win that show. I can win those big shows. I had that much faith in myself. I know who I am. I still think I could have been. I'm not gonna get into the Olympia, but I was going to win Chicago, and either way, I was going to go place top 3 and get my Olympia bid, and then go back to the Olympia this year and rock it at the Olympia. Would have had 10 weeks. I would have had a good prep. I'm the healthiest I've been other than this. This will go away. I know it will. And no one was just like, you know, he said, if you're not 100%, it's a no-go. I was just like, fuck, you know, broke my heart. And, you know, I just thought about it for a while. I don't know why I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, you can toughen it out. But it's one thing to toughen it out, and it's another thing, like, you gotta put your pride aside, and you have to do what's best for you. It's like, for me to go into that show and have a bad place, and that's just not good for me. Mentally, my career, just anything in general, you know? It's like, I always show up to win, and it's just not a good idea to show up if you're not gonna be your best, you know? There's a few guys that can do it in this world, that can show up at, you know, 90% and still win shows. I'm not there yet. I can show up at 90%. I mean, I still think I could have placed top 5. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. Obviously, I think one thing, but that's just me. It is what it is. But so yeah, I was just like making breakfast, and I texted back and forth with Omar. I got my hair cut earlier for the show. As you can see, it's pretty fresh. Can't really see it's got a hat on, but it's fresh under there. You know, I was just getting ready. I was leaving to leave Wednesday, and this has been such a hard prep for me, like honestly, mentally and physically. I've been prepping for 7 months straight, and I had just gotten to like a point where I hit a wall, where I didn't really time my shows out very well. So I was doing, you know, I had my 2 shows back to back. That was easy. And I had 5 weeks to Miami, and that's a long time because it doesn't give you a long enough time to take a break, but it's too long because you have to keep your conditioning for that long. So that was one. Then 5 weeks from Miami to this show, so that was another 5 weeks. That was another tough, long prep that was not long enough to take a break, but too long because you have to keep your conditioning for 5 more weeks without really kind of letting off. And I hit a wall mentally, physically, but I pushed through it. You guys saw my last video. I kind of talked about quitting and, you know, like drive and all that, and what it takes to kind of get through, you know, those pains and all that, like that mental fatigue, physical fatigue. But I got through it, man. I was getting through it, and I was just starting to feel really good mentally, you know, being a week out. I felt good. You know, I had that energy just from like knowing the show was coming up soon, so that made me feel good. I was looking good, and it was just so close, and I knew like there's nothing better than that day, those couple days, like just being, you know, traveling, being at the show, and then stepping on stage is my favorite thing to do in the world, no matter how hard it is to go into it. I love it. I love the support that I get. I love being there with my girlfriend. You know, it's an experience that I just can't even tell you about, but it's incredible. The fact that I had to miss that and being so close, it sucks. And to have to know that my season is done and I'm not going to be at the Olympia this year competing is heartbreaking. It's like you compete, like I said, I prepped 7 months, and it was all, like, I don't compete just to compete. I compete for the Olympia. I compete to be at the Olympia, to be somebody at the Olympia. I don't compete just because I want to go on stage. I love competing, but I want to be one of the best in the world. So my whole year was dedicated to that, and I worked my ass off, man. I sacrificed a lot, and you know, I hate using the word sacrifice because I didn't sacrifice anything. People around me sacrificed a lot, because I don't consider it a sacrifice because it's what I love to do. Those things, you know, the things that I'm missing out on, I can have those things. I'm not prepping, but you know, the people around me, most notably Natalia, she sacrificed a ton for me, and she wants me at the O just as bad as I do. You know, she pushes me. When I was going through that mental stuff, man, she was all over me. She was like, you know, babe, you can do it. You got this. You know, don't worry about it. Just one day at a time. She knows. So, like I said, it's tough because I busted my ass all year for the Olympia, and it's over. And granted, there are a few more shows left. There's only one show as far as my schedule that could work, but I'm kind of thinking, you know, it was kind of a sign, like, my back, it's just like, let's just call it a year and focus on 2019. Let's make sure 2019 is the year where we bring a physique to the Olympia that is going to be competitive. Like, I'm not talking about like competitive to be at the O. I'm talking about competitive. Like, I want to be competitive for that win, you know, top 5. I need to at least break in the top 10. That's my goal for next year. And I know I can do it. I feel like I could have done it this year. So my goal is even going to be even bigger next year. And this is the first time I've been healthy. Like I said, yeah, I hurt my back, but I know that's going to go away. So I'm training like I've never been able to train before. I'm squatting, I'm doing deadlifts, I'm doing heavy T-bar rows, bent over things, just for my back. So I'm really excited to have this first off season since I turned pro. It's going to be a long time. I'm going to take it very, very serious because bodybuilding is still number 1 with your off season or in season. It's just you have more balance in the off season. I hate the word off season. I'm going to use that word just because it is what it is. I'm not going to make up some like grow season or work season. It's the off season. I'm non-prep, but it's bodybuilding time. I'm a bodybuilder. That's what I do. You know, people around me know that's what I do. My whole life evolves around bodybuilding. The people that are in my life know that, and then it is what it is. You know, they accept that. They either accept it or they're just not in my life. You know, and that's why I don't have a lot of people in my life, because bodybuilding is what I do, and only a few people can really handle that. But I am excited because it's gonna be a long off season. I'm gonna make some serious gains. The biggest thing is my back. I want my back, now that I can deadlift and do those bent over rows, a lot of different exercises like that. I'm gonna add a lot of thickness, a lot of detail to my back. I think next year with this, it's gonna be a good 6-month off season, which I haven't had that, like I said, since I turned pro. So the improvements I'm gonna make are gonna be incredible because I'm gonna work my ass off. And guess what? I'm gonna be filming it the whole time on YouTube. Now that I have a YouTube, just because I'm not prepping for a show, it's just going to be different. So stick with me. It's going to be gain season. It's going to be off season, all off season, get bigger stuff. So, and when I move to my house, there's going to be more diet. You guys are going to see what I eat, how I live, how I train, how I try to get bigger, how I do get bigger. There's no try, I'm going to get bigger. So there's going to be a lot of that. I want to focus on a lot of other things. Coaching. I know some of you have seen that I've mentioned that I do want to start a team, and I'm going to put more emphasis on that, on coaching. So the plans for me now is I'm still really hurt by all this. You know, it makes me a little bit emotional. It's tough. You know, like I said, I worked hard for it, but I need to get away. So me and Natalia, we're gonna book a vacation. I need one bad. I kind of just gotta get off the grid, you know, and just like chill and just like be in myself and be with her, you know, and take this time to like spend on a relationship, you know, because like I said, she sacrificed a lot. We bought a house almost a year ago, and we still haven't moved in yet because we've been so focused on my bodybuilding. Like, we were working on a lot, but I get to a point where going to my first show, I got so, you know, when you get close, you have no energy, and I just lost all my energy. And she was okay with us putting the house on hold and that was back in March. So we really haven't done much to the house since like March, because we've been traveling. We've just been focused on my bodybuilding, and she has allowed that. So, you know, this time my emphasis is, you know, on the house, our real estate business, a relationship. I owe her the world. She's incredible. I hope every single one of you guys has someone like that in your life, no matter what it is, no matter what your goals are in life. I hope you have somebody that pushes you and stands beside you no matter what, and doesn't make you, you know, like not do the things that you love. I'm so lucky. So my emphasis is that, like I said, we're going on vacation. I'm gonna book it. We're going like 2 or 3 weeks. So what I'm gonna do, my first little mini series is going to be, so I'm going to, I've been eating. Today is Monday. I decided Saturday morning, so past 3 days I've been eating. Not like crazy, but been going from like 0 carbs to eating regular food. It's definitely a big difference. So I enjoyed myself for 3 days. Tomorrow I'm going back on basically a contest prep diet for 3 weeks until we go on vacation, because I want to be shredded on vacation. I've never gone on a vacation like this close to like being in season where I look good. So I want to go like shredded, diced up. So I'm gonna get back on the competition prep diet. So my videos are gonna be my workouts. My training is still gonna be based around what I want to improve on and growing, but my diet, it's good, because you don't want to just throw a bunch of food in your diet right now, because you've been dieting for so long, you'll get fat so easy. So it'll be good for me. It'll be a good transition into like a reverse diet into my off season. But I'm gonna diet for this vacation. So my videos are gonna be my training, and I'm gonna give you guys an update like what I'm eating, pretty much to the T. Each day that I post a video, I'm gonna try to, like I said, it's gonna be basically what I would do going into a show. But the challenge is gonna be the fact that I'm not actually going into a show. So when I'm prepping, you know, and I'm dieting for the season, I'm 120% to the T on everything. Like, I'm meticulous, detailed on everything. But it's gonna be a challenge to know that technically I'm only dieting for vacation. So I see some Fruity Pebbles, you know, like technically I can have some Fruity Pebbles, but I might try to add those in, obviously like post-workout and stuff, but I'm trying to keep it like real clean until I get back from vacation and start, you know, my lean bulk. So it's gonna be a challenge. In my videos, I will let you guys know how I'm doing with that, as far as like, am I sticking to it as well as I should. What I might do is I'll drop carbs like I usually do, but I'll probably up my fats a little bit, just so I have a little bit more energy to train, and maybe do some more intra, or no, more pre and post workout carbs here and there, just because. We'll see. I want to look really good on vacation, just for fun, you know, just like a little bit of a challenge. Plus, it'll be my way to reverse diet into the off season. So that's what's next. Also, I want to do a Q&A. I'm going to start like a Q&A series, but first I wanted to be on my transition to the off season. I kind of want the first batch of questions to be about reverse dieting, off season, what my training is going to be like, what my goals are, you know, kind of just built around this time right here. Like, if you guys want to ask me questions about, you know, more questions about me going on my Chicago prep or anything from the season, or the transition to the off season, but let's keep it to those questions. So I will take those questions. I'll post it on Instagram as well, so you guys can send me messages, post comments on here. Just hit me up with questions. Like I said, let's keep them based around this at first. I'm also gonna give you guys physique updates too. So I have a video that I'll post on here as well from me. I talk in the video, I said it's 1 day eating. It's actually 2 days, I lied. So I'm gonna give physique updates, my training, obviously, that's 2, and how my diet's going, 3. So I'll keep you guys up with all that, and then plus much more to come. But yes, stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, and I appreciate all your support. I know a lot of you guys are probably disappointed that I'm not gonna be at the Olympia, and the thing about, like, one thing honestly that, you know, talking to Omar, I didn't want to let Omar down. Like, Omar is, other than Natalia, like, Omar's my biggest support system. Even, like, you guys, I can't really explain the relationship, you know, he's just a good person. It goes beyond bodybuilding, but, you know, I was just afraid that I let him down with this year, and he told me, like, I could never let him down, and I know it's true, but, you know, deep down inside, it's hard for me to think that way. I don't know, it's just how I am. It's just when you have somebody that's so supportive, you just feel like you're letting them down when you don't reach your goal. But I will make it up to him in 2019. Omar, I love you, bro. 2019, I promise you, I'm gonna do everything to make sure we come in crazy. And that goes to you guys too. You know, I have sponsors this year. I didn't have them last year, and I feel like I kind of let everybody down a little bit this year. But, you know, I want to make it up to everybody with, like, posting a lot on YouTube and show you guys, like, what my life is like now, and kind of building off of it. And 2019 is the year, I promise you. So like I said, stay tuned. I appreciate all your support. I know you guys are a little disappointed, but I will most likely be at the Olympia still, which will be so heartbreaking to be there and not be competing. That's why I never went. I said I don't want to go to the Olympia if I'm not competing, but I'll most likely be there with All Max this year, so hopefully I'll meet a lot of you guys. But like I said, stay tuned. I appreciate you guys. Much more to come, okay? Peace. This is current status, post-prep, 1 day of eating.